What's up, guys? It's Derek from the marketing department, and Titantown Sports is up next.
Welcome back to Titantown Sports, Season 3, Episode 5. Love is in the air. I'm here with Tom Rook. We got a star-studded episode here today, Tom.
Absolutely, we do. Love's in the air. Week of Valentine's Day. We got an exciting one. A little story about acrobatics and tumbling, a new sport here at Westminster College. Also competitive cheerleading. We've got a ton of other great segments. But first, it's the PAC basketball recap with yours truly, Jacob Rhodes.
Welcome back to the PAC Recap. Westminster traveled to Price Gymnasium Wednesday night to take on the Hiram Terriers. Both teams coming into this one at 4-8 in PAC play, good for 4th in the North. Grace Kano led the way with 17 for Westminster. Katie Grexa, another monster double-double against Hiram this year, 12 points and 15 rebounds. Tied at 56 apiece. I'll let Connor Ely do the rest.
Kano, now she dribbles right, kicks it to Grexa. Grexa driving inside, kicks it, skip past Calcamugio. She's going to take a three, it's up, and it's good! Bella Calcamugio with a huge three.
The Titans get it done on the road, 61-56. 4 Titans would finish in double figures for the men. Trey DePietro and DJ Harrell leading the way for Westminster with 16 and 15 points respectively. Drew Weir would finish with a near double-double of 11 points and 9 rebounds. Nick Ryan also adding 13 and 3 made three-pointers. A tight contest, the Titans trailed 33-32 at half. A 34-22 second half would lead to a 66-55 Titan victory. Hiram was led by Jack Ajima off the bench with 13. Westminster improves its lead in the PAC North. Teal heading to Beaver Falls, visiting Geneva. After a close first quarter, Geneva would turn up the heat, winning this one 84-50. Anna Ulmer paced the GTs with 13 points, while Emily Garvin added 12 of her own. Tommy Coletti was everywhere for Geneva on Wednesday night. 23 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Anthony Henderson scored 22 to keep it close for Teal, but it was Geneva 74-67 when the buzzer went off. The Titans play Bethany this Saturday, and they got to watch out for Lindsey Garrison, who had 32 against Waynesburg. The Yellow Jackets, however, swarmed the Bison 82-71. Karen McFadden and Callista Friday combined for 42 for Waynesburg. A monster 58-point second half from Bethany would allow the Bison to break the triple-digit mark. Co Rose going to work in the near side corner. He would ball out, finishing with 26 points and 9 assists. All the Bethany starters would finish in double figures as Bethany bests Waynesburg 105-69. A few milestones would be reached in the Franciscan versus Chatham game. Jazzy Melnick of Franciscan would eclipse 1,000 career points on this possession here. You see her teammates trying to get it to her, skip pass to the left wing, three-pointer up and good. She would also become the program's all-time leading rebounder in this one. The Chatham Cougars play spoiler, knocking off the Barons 76-40. A balanced scoring attack for the Barons, 6 players finishing with at least 9 points, including 17 off the bench from Zach Oliver. Dion Pinkett led Chatham with 16. A 47-23 second half would allow Franciscan to cruise and outlast Chatham 77-56. Reese Hazley and Meredith Sherrod pulled in 41 for the Wolverines in their 64-54 victory over Allegheny. Isabella Antonesi would finish with 17, while Sarah Santacola finished with a 14.17 rebound double-double. Grove City gets it done 64-54. Every week I come on here talking about Mike Christensen for this Grove City team. He's been on a roll. 28 in the second leg of a Wolverine sweep at home. Tough fadeaway jumper. Ryan Lang had 27 for Allegheny, but it wasn't enough as Grove City wins it 77-65. An overtime thriller and Latrobe, W&J and St. Vincent going to battle. 30 points for Katie Kowalczyk of the Presidents, but it was the Bearcats who would come away with the victory 77-74, 2 premier women's programs in the PAC. And lastly, a Bearcat sweep at home. Mike Isolino chipped in 4 threes for St. Vincent, while Jaden Payne had a double-double of his own. St. Vincent bests the Presidents in this one 75-66. With the playoffs right around the corner, every game matters. Now sending it back to the desk.
It was all about Bethany basketball last night in the PAC, Jake. I mean, unbelievable. Men's putting up over 100 points. Women's, another big game for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Co Rose, 26 points and 9 rebounds for that men's program. 58 points in the second half to score 105 against a very solid Waynesburg team.
Yeah, Lindsey Garrison, 32 for the women's side of Bethany. Just an unbelievable performance for both the men and the women. Now taking a look at the PAC basketball standings. Playoffs right around the corner, so these standings mean much more as we get going towards the playoffs. The Gators hold the tiebreaker after sweeping Westminster this season. With 3 games remaining ahead of the playoffs, 2 wins for Westminster would secure at least 1 home game for the men. If the playoffs started today, Westminster would host Chatham. Now taking a look at the South Division, the Chatham Cougars are tied for 2nd in the South Division, but lack the tiebreakers over Franciscan and W&J. The Titans beat Chatham by 20 earlier in the season at home, so watch out for that matchup as the playoffs come sooner than later.
On the women's side, Westminster now holds a 1-game lead over Hiram following their win last night. The Titans hold the last playoff spot in the North, tied with Geneva and nursing a 1-game lead on the Terriers. If the playoffs started today, the Titans would travel to Latrobe to face the first-place St. Vincent Bearcats, who are tied with W&J for first in the South. Chatham and Waynesburg are in a battle for that final spot in the South.
Westminster with a big win over Hiram on Wednesday night. Now their 2nd win of the season, so they do hold the tiebreaker over the Terriers. But Jacob, another doubleheader that was huge in Wednesday night's action, St. Vincent and W&J.
Absolutely, 2 PAC championship hopeful programs, both on the men's side and the women's side. That overtime game for the women, Katie Kowalczyk, 30 points for the Presidents, but the Bearcats outlast them in that one in overtime.
Even on the men's side as well, just an unbelievable back-and-forth game between W&J and St. Vincent.
Absolutely, a lot of Bearcats in double figures. Jaden Payne had that double-double, and Mike Isolino, 17 points, a big game for him.
Now, I mentioned it in the beginning. We got acrobatics, tumbling, and competitive cheerleading coming to Westminster next year, the beginning of the 2027 academic school year. Seth Carroll and Braylon Juzak sat down with Hannah Chrisman, the head coach of acrobatics and tumbling.
A new sport is on the rise at Westminster beginning in the 2026-2027 academic year. Acrobatics and tumbling will become the college's 23rd intercollegiate athletic program. The sport is fast-paced and team-based, featuring athletes performing synchronized skills across multiple events. Those events include acrobatics, pyramids, toss, tumbling, and a full team routine. Competitions consist of 6 total events and typically last between 90 minutes and 2 hours. Athletes are scored based on the difficulty of their skills and how well those skills are executed. Many colleges in the area do not offer acrobatics and tumbling, and that is what will help Westminster stand out among other schools in the PAC. The addition of this program brings a unique competitive edge to the college and expands opportunities for student athletes. Here's what Athletic Director Jason Leonard had to say.
There's nobody else in the area that has acrobatics and tumbling. And so every school in our conference recently added men's volleyball. And so instead of being the 12th men's volleyball team in our conference, we thought we would be the 2nd acro and tumbling team in our conference. So we would have less competition in terms of recruiting. And the other part is that we had a staff person that was already at Westminster, Hannah Chrisman, and she was an acro and tumbling student athlete at Baylor. And so it was just an easy person to hire as a coach. It was like right here. And so it was really made sense to add that sport and to go ahead and hire her as our head coach. So it just made sense for a lot of reasons. And so that's why we added it.
With a knowledgeable faculty member already on campus, Athletic Director Jason Leonard knew what the right move was. Coach Hannah Chrisman brings a rich history in acrobatics and tumbling to Westminster. She is a 3-time national champion from Baylor University and has earned all academic first and second team honors multiple times during her career. Since 2022, Chrisman has also served as an official for the National Collegiate Acrobatics and Tumbling Association. Let's hear a word from Coach Chrisman.
So launching a new program has unique challenges, and a big one is recruiting. So being able to develop an entire roster and more about building a strong foundation. So like I said, we are building this program from scratch. So we are bringing in a large group of student athletes to create a culture and to develop this program complete, to coach the sport that I was a part of and love. But I am also so excited to work with our athletes on that mental stance as well and bring in my sport psychology background. Opportunity for them to pioneer, and it's very, very exciting.
Coach Chrisman believes that adding this sport will be important to campus and give more opportunities and raise enrollment on campus. While Coach Chrisman can be found as the head coach for the cheer and tumbling, she is also a sports psychologist in the Wellness Center. That's all we've got, and now we'll head back to the desk.
Great developments for
Today we
Westminster,
honor
an
a
acrobatics and tumbling team here in New Wilmington. Only one other team in the PAC has that team like that.
Yeah, Bethany, the only other team in the PAC with acrobatics and tumbling. Across all three divisions, 52 schools sponsor acrobatics and tumbling. Great to have such a wealth of knowledge like Hannah Chrisman, a three-time national championship winner at Baylor. Jacob, we mentioned Bethany as the only other school in the PAC that has acrobatics and tumbling. Westminster playing Bethany in basketball next.
Absolutely. The Titans return to action Saturday for Senior Day against the Bethany Bison. Exclusive coverage on WCN and Titan Radio starting at 12:50 for a 1 and 3 o'clock tip-off. Going to be a big game for both programs looking to make the playoffs.
Yeah, Bethany winning 2 big games this past week in the PAC. So now we'll transition a little bit to a freshman player on the women's basketball team. It's Jenna Zuelch.
When it comes to the Westminster women's basketball way, one team, one heart, nursing major and freshman forward for the women's basketball team, Jenna Zuelch is the embodiment of that motto. Jenna explains why she chose Westminster to come and play.
Westminster got on my radar when they reached out to me, and my aunt actually went to Westminster. And then I ended up coming here because I really love the team environment, to play basketball, and academics for my major were really good.
Her experience at Westminster is something she's liking so far.
I really love Westminster so far. I think that, we might not have the best record in the PAC, but we're all really close, and there's not really a day where it's like I get sad when I have to go to practice or upset. I just really love being around the team, and I think we're all really close outside of basketball, so it makes being there a lot more fun.
Jenna has certain things in mind and what she wants to get out of the Westminster experience.
I would say that basketball, definitely being on the basketball team, has pushed me to work harder academically as they watch our grades and stuff. So I hope to graduate with good grades and get a good job after my Westminster experience.
When preparing for a game or a practice, Jenna has a certain mindset that gets her ready.
I would say at practice, definitely for me a big thing is everything happens for a reason. Some days I go in there and it's just like brick city, just a lot of missing, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get through this, it's gonna be fine. And then before games, definitely like if Lose Yourself by Eminem, it's just like you only have like one chance. You gotta accept, embrace it while it's there, and I think that gets me ready for games. But definitely practice is just like sometimes a little bit rough. You just gotta know that everything happens for a reason. You're gonna get through it, and it's gonna be fun.
Jenna plays with a lot of heart and a lot of passion. And she opens up about playing with her diagnosis of diabetes.
I would say it was definitely hard at first. I only got diagnosed when I was 16, so it was definitely a really big change. Just learning how to, definitely playing sports affects your blood sugar levels and stuff like that. So it was a challenge definitely for the first year and a half, but now it's kind of just everyone here knows how to help me if something happens, but it's kind of just not really in my mind at all.
Jenna's advice for oncoming players is quite simple.
I would tell them that they need to be ready to work hard, and I think that you'll build lifelong friendships. I definitely was really nervous about that coming in as a freshman, but I think everyone here is really welcoming, and I think we work hard every day, and you got to be prepared definitely for a change. I think I wasn't really prepared coming out of high school. This is a lot harder, and it's a lot more tolling, but it's really fun, and if you think about coming here, you should do it.
Jenna Zuelch is already a shining star for the Westminster women's basketball team in her freshman year, and she looks to continue to become the best she can be. For Titantown Sports, I'm Austin Downs.
Jenna Zuelch in her freshman campaign in the Titan blue and white, an inspiring story from Austin Downs.
Absolutely. Nearing 100 career points in this season, a very important player for the Westminster women's team, like I said, looking to make a playoff push.
Yeah, Zuelch at 91 career points. Watch out for the next game for Westminster. She's 9 away.
Absolutely. Transitioning now, February is Black History Month. RJ Scott has a little information about a prominent black figure in Westminster history who actually had a grand slam in his first career baseball game.
Today we honor a trailblazer whose journey from student athlete to respected jurist reflects perseverance, excellence, and courage to break barriers. This Black History Month we celebrate Judge George Tookie James, a proud graduate of Westminster College. James came to Westminster on a full academic scholarship and graduated with cum laude in 1959 with a degree in political science along with minors in history and German. From the start, he set himself apart, excelling academically while also making his mark in athletics. He earned 4 varsity letters in baseball and 3 in football, proving his ability to balance discipline, focus, and leadership. On the football field, James played under head coach Harold Burry and emerged as a trusted leader, serving as co-captain during both his junior and senior seasons. He earned that role through consistency, preparation, and accountability. In baseball, he also played, further demonstrating his versatility, work ethic, and commitment to team success. Westminster helped James' character and prepared him for challenges ahead. He carried those lessons to Dickinson School of Law, where he continued to excel as a member of the Law Review and Honor Reserve for the school's top students. After passing the bar exam on his first attempt, James began a 35-year legal career dedicated to public service. He served as assistant district attorney and assistant county solicitor, representing public offices and working directly within the justice system. In 1998, Governor Tom Ridge nominated James to the Court of Common Pleas of Beaver County. He was unanimously confirmed by the Pennsylvania Senate. With that appointment, he became the first African-American judge in more than a 200-year history of Beaver County's judiciary. He later ran unopposed in subsequent elections in reflection of the trust he earned from the community. Judge George Tookie James didn't just break barriers, he redefined leadership. His legacy as a scholar, athlete, lawyer, and judge reminds us that progress is built one breakthrough at a time, and that integrity and perseverance and service leave a lasting impact on both law and community. Today, his legacy lives on, not only in the history of Beaver County's judiciary, but also in the halls and traditions of Westminster College. He remains a reminder that pioneers don't always seek recognition. They create pathways, and because of George Tookie James, those pathways are wider, stronger, and more accessible for those who follow. As we honor Black History Month, we celebrate a man whose life reflects courage, resilience, and lasting impact. A titan in every sense of the word, Judge George Tookie James.
Generations of athletes and leaders have paved the way and continue to inspire change both on and off the field. Jacob, now transition a little bit. Titantown Sports Athlete of the Week.
Athlete of the Week this week going to Dennis Jones, who etched his name in Titan history books once again at the Youngstown State Mid-Major Invitational. Jones, a junior from West Middlesex, ran the 500 meters in 1 minute, 8.46 seconds. The track star now holds 4 Titan track records with the 800-meter distance medley relay, 4x800 relay outdoor, and now the 500-meter indoor. Jones says he's hopeful to tackle another school record this season with his eyes set on the 4x400-meter relay.
Dennis Jones, a local West Middlesex High School graduate. Now, time for View from the Tower. A couple high school 1,000-point scorers in basketball this past week.
I'm Ethan Kurtz, currently outside of Old Main here on the Westminster College campus, the perfect spot for a view over the high school sports landscape in Lawrence and Mercer counties. This week, there's a whole lot going on in high school basketball as playoffs near. We also talk a little bit PIAA wrestling, so let's get right into it. A whole lot went down in the world of basketball, but let's start with some wrestling. On the mats, Reynolds competed in the PIAA Wrestling Championships. They fell in their first-round consolation contest to Derry 34-29, but they did see Graydon Gustas win 8-2 to win his 100th career match. Kennedy Catholic's Bella Magistro is now 24th in all-time points in Mercer County girls basketball history. With a 28-point, 10-rebound double-double against Sagertown, Magistro racked up her 1,446th point to move into the 24th spot. In the same contest, Tori Harvey dropped 29 points, including her 1,000th, making her the 5th Golden Eagle since 2020 to rack up 1K. With the efforts of Magistro and Harvey, Kennedy wins it 68-27. Lakeview girls beat Sharpsville away on Monday with Cammie Ryther hitting this game-winning layup. It's the Sailors over the Blue Devils 36-32. Reese Bruckner is even closer to the 1,000-point milestone with 978 career points following her 12 against Farrell on Monday. Maya Jekovic also had 10 for Wilmington, and Janiyah Daniels posted 22 for Farrell. Wilmington improves to 18-2 and wins a close one 50-44. In boys action, Kyler Slevin posted 23 points and 5 threes, with Trevor Borowitz adding 15 as Hickory slipped past Trinity 62-58. Greenville battled Lakeview Friday, looking to continue their offensive explosion. Scoring 20 of his game-high 30 in the closing half, Keith Covert is the difference maker once more, helping the Trojans to a 68-56 win. Mohawk boys cut down the nets as section champions. The Warriors finished 19-1 on the regular season, behind an unbelievable senior year for Bobby Fadden. Now 5th all-time in Lawrence County boys basketball all-time points are his 2,110. Mohawk topped Freedom 88-43 and faced 6-15 Waynesburg at home on Tuesday, February 17th at 7 p.m. in the WPIAL 3A playoffs. On Tuesday, there were a multitude of important contests in boys action. Wilmington traveled to Lakeview with Freddie Zettner nearing the 1,000-point mark. With 21 in the contest, the Hounds senior eclipsed 1K and is now the 9th Greyhound all-time to hit the milestone. Despite the special night for Zettner, the Sailors win at home 67-43. Sagertown battled Commodore Perry in a game that will live in Mercer County lore for a lifetime. Jackson Scott put up 24, and Luke Young had 20 for Sagertown, but it was Commodore Perry's Xavier Williams that stole the show, drilling an absurd 15 threes on his way to a 50-point night. In unbelievable fashion, it also pushed Williams over the 1,000-point career milestone. Despite the unforgettable night from Williams, Sagertown pulled it out 80-77. Finally, maybe the game of the year. Jules Johnson puts home this layup to square things between Farrell and Sharon at 49 late in the 4th. The Steelers take the ball back and have a chance at the win, but it's blocked. Off to OT we go, and it was all Steelers in the 5th frame. Farrell pulls out the dramatic win, 59-55 over Sharon. That's all in high school sports for this week. I'm Ethan Kurtz for WCN's Titantown Sports.
Action in the area, 50 points from Xavier Williams there, Commodore Perry. What a game.
Yeah, it was all about Commodore Perry High School basketball, both boys and girls. On the girls' side, sophomore Easton Post surpassed 500 career rebounds in just 43 games. That leads us into our high school athlete of the week, Jacob. I mean, it's an easy one. It's Xavier Williams. Just an unbelievable game for Commodore Perry. 15 total threes made. That surpassed the 1,000-point mark for him. 50 total points. That's tied for 5th most points in a single game in Mercer County boys basketball history. Also believed to be the Pennsylvania state record for most threes in a single game as well.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I mean, I got the notification the other night, 50 points, 15 three-pointers there. It's just an incredible game from Williams, and 20 more of those games, and that's 1,000 points, but he got 1,000 points too.
Trevor Borowitz with Hickory at 999 points. Freddie Zettner for Wilmington over 1,000. We're getting later and later into the high school basketball season. Playoffs coming soon. Good luck to all those athletes competing.
Absolutely. Now kicking it to High School of the Week, Lily Stemmen and Derek McClafferty had a chance to talk about Shenango.
Titantown sports fans, I'm Lily Stenman, and it's time for another edition of High School of the Week. This week we are taking you to Newcastle, Pennsylvania, highlighting the Shenango Wildcats. Shenango High School has long been a part of the Newcastle area. Known for its commitment to preparing students for life beyond graduation, the school focuses on strong academics, career readiness, and giving students the tools they need to succeed both in college and in the workforce. Teachers and staff emphasize personal growth, high expectations, and creating an environment where every student has the opportunity to succeed. The school has also earned recognition for its academic performance and continuous improvement, reflecting the work of its students, teachers, and the surrounding community. With strong expectations and a supportive environment, Shenango continues to be a place where students can grow, develop their talents, and prepare for the future. Beyond the classroom, Wildcats athletic programs play a major role in school culture. Competing as the Wildcats, student athletes are expected to represent their school and community with pride, discipline, and accountability. Coaches across every program emphasize teamwork, steady improvement, and doing the small things right. Values that mirror expectations students see in the classroom each day. The focus isn't just on winning, but on teamwork, accountability, and growth. One team putting those values into action this season is the Shenango men's basketball team. Inside their home gym, the Wildcats continue to focus on disciplined defense, efficient offense, and unselfish play, building a style of basketball that reflects the same preparation and work ethic seen throughout the school. Leading the program is 2008 Shenango graduate Coach Ches, who is entering his second season with the Wildcats. The team is 26-19 overall under his leadership and guidance. Also prevalent in the Shenango sports is the bowling team, led by junior Cassie Tucker. Tucker has posted an average of 208 points and has had a game high of 278 out of a possible 300 points, earning her first place in the section and fourth in the Western Pennsylvania Interscholastic Bowling League, making Tucker fit right in with the championship history Shenango boasts. This has been another edition of High School of the Week, highlighting the Shenango Wildcats. For Titantown Sports, I'm Lily Stenman.
Lily and Derek, they're visiting Shenango. Pretty prominent in Westminster, 4 current athletes for the Titans.
Big shout out to Jacob Balzer for his help with that segment as well, cutting some clips up. But Jacob, some recent news coming from Shenango High School. Jimmy Graham, the head football coach at Shenango High School, has resigned after 7 years as head coach of Shenango, resigning.
Wow, I mean, that's big news just breaking today. And Shenango looking for a new leader for that football program.
Yeah, also on the baseball side for Shenango, quite a story. Named after Chuck Tanner Field is their name, honor of the 1946 Shenango alum, managed the Pirates to a World Series back in the 70s.
Absolutely. And speaking of baseball, one of those 4 current players for Shenango, Braden Ziegler, a catcher on the baseball team.
Yeah, junior catcher for the Titan baseball team, a Shenango alum. Now it's time for our Titan Town trivia. Jacob, which PAC Offensive Player of the Year was ranked 2nd in the nation in ground balls during their tenure with Westminster Lacrosse? Is it A, Margo Mason, B, Brody McGinnis, C, Stephanie Simini, or D, Carter Hall? Test your knowledge here, Jacob.
Well, 3 of these players, Mason, Simini, and Hall, all before my time. Brody McGinnis, a former Titan Town Sports cameo and a very good player in his time for Westminster. Basically a shot in the dark. I'm going to go with Carter Hall D for my final answer.
See what the answer is? I'm not sure either. It is A, Margo Mason. Good try, Jacob. No luck there, but now that transitions into our Mural Minute. It's Jordan Tate.
Welcome back to Mural Minute, Titan fans. I'm Jordan Tate, and this week I'm going to walk you guys through one of the most decorated seasons by a player in Westminster women's lacrosse history. Back in 2019, Margo Mason delivered a season for the record books. She set school records with 96 goals and 124 points while adding 103 ground balls and 98 draw controls. She didn't just lead the PAC, she dominated it, finishing first in points, goals, assists, and ground balls. Her single game performances were just as historic. Mason scored 13 goals and totaled 17 points against St. Vincent, both school records. In the NCAA tournament, she tied a Division III record with 10 goals in the first round game against Notre Dame of Maryland. Nationally, she ranked 2nd in Division III in ground balls per game and top 7 in both goals and points per game. Her efforts earned her PAC Offensive Player of the Year, PAC Newcomer of the Year, ECAC First Team honors, and she became the first Westminster College athlete to be recognized in the Sports Illustrated Faces in the Crowd. Simply put, 2019 belonged to Margo Mason and the Westminster College women's lacrosse team.
Margo Mason, just an impeccable career here at Westminster College. Jacob, I gotta say, that was a tough trivia question.
Yeah, I was told by the guys here that Carter Hall was a goalie, so I probably picked the worst answer possible for Offensive Player of the Year.
That's tough. It's all right, though.
Absolutely. Kicking it with lacrosse still. Going to head down to the UPMC Sports Complex. Zoie Reid got to catch up with a Valentine's Day Cupid target challenge. 1 point if you hit the post, 2 for the target, a shot after every question with the men's lacrosse team.
Love is in the air, and so is lacrosse season. With the season opener coming up this weekend, the men's lacrosse team is already grinding through scrimmage play and fine-tuning their game. Before Game 1 arrives, I caught up with a few players to talk preparation, team mindset, and a little Valentine's Day fun. Let's rewind.
What's going on? I'm Ethan Kurtz. I'm a sophomore attackman.
And I'm Jake Spiritoso, and I'm a sophomore attackman.
I'm Adam Teixeira. I'm a freshman midfielder here for Westminster Titans.
I'm Zack Reid. I'm a senior attackman.
Opening up with a conference game, definitely a little bit of a challenge. We have to be ready to go right away, especially against a team like St. Vincent. We lost to them last year, 10-7 right here at home. Now going on the road, potentially pretty cold on a Saturday. A lot earlier of a start than it was last year. Definitely going to be tough, but I think one good thing is that we saved some practices from the fall to be able to start earlier this year, get outside, get going. I think it'll be a great start to the season.
I'm gonna have to pick Zack Reid as the perfect Valentine's Day date. Just look how friendly and loving this guy is.
All right, yeah, so for our goal, we wanted to win a championship and break the single season win record, get 11 wins this year. We've got 10 wins the past 2 seasons, so it'd be nice to break it.
Over the line.
I'm gonna have to go probably Marshall McGuire. He says a lot of things from the heart, and he's really good with his words.
losing a guy like Gavin Jones and Jimmy Sense and Jonas Clark definitely changes a lot of things with this offense. You don't have those guys that can, anytime they touch the ball, go down there and just create a goal right away, right? But I think this team, without those guys, even though you lose a lot of the star power with some of the best players ever come through this program, we're going to be a little more balanced this year, right? A team's going to be able to scout us a lot less, right? Because we have so many more guys that can contribute. So I think despite losing Gavin, I think it allows for a lot more players to really step up and make an impact this year.
I'm going to have to go with Oberlin. It's a really tough choice. We played some great teams last year, including Grove City, but Oberlin's got to be my choice. We lost to them last year. It's a huge game early in the season. I think it's really important for us to get in a big flow. They're a really good team, but I think we could take it over them this year.
I would say Aiden Rennick because he loves to sleep through class and get to class late. And he always needs reminders that he has class.
I'd probably have to say Grady Tierney. You just never know what's going to come out of his mouth. So a little bit of a loose cannon. Definitely not dating my daughter.
A couple of the biggest things that coach has been preaching this year is just really getting our fundamentals down, like our stick skills and just important stuff like that. We got a lot of reps going at practice, a lot of good competition, but mostly just our fundamentals.
I would say 6 or 7 million. Shout out Grady Tierney.
Good luck to the men's lacrosse team as they open their season this weekend, and happy Valentine's Day.
There we go. A little fun segment down at the UPMC Sports Complex. Shout out to Ethan Kurtz for winning that challenge there.
2 points hitting the target. 1 if you hit the post. Ethan got 4. How about it?
Absolutely. 2 for 2, shooting 100% from the field. The reigning PAC newcomer of the year, looking to make a big impact for the men's lacrosse team this season.
Valentine's Day week as well. A little celebratory Valentine's Day segment right there. Jacob, I think that wraps it up for this episode.
Yeah, pretty much. Episode 5 done. We're a third of the way there. No John Bon Jovi halfway, but we're a third of the way through season 3. Happy to be here with you folks, and that's it, Tom. See you next week.
This is Matt from Public Safety. That's a wrap for Titantown Sports. See you next week.